Well, Groton, I see you've arranged the tables correctly this time. What about the temperature? Have you tested it to the exact degree? You heard them up there, Groton. They want to see an illusion. They do not realize that the reality itself is the grandest illusion of all, and that human blood is the essence from which future illusions may be created. But the secret is not to have the blood at rest. No, the circulatory system must experience a traumatic shock, one that is inconceivable to the human mind. The idea of trauma is not a new one, but I am sure I am the first such experimenter to incorporate the horror of an actual decapitation with the later rejuvenation of a human body. My, it's remarkable. A few scars that with time will dissolve away, nothing more. Has she not been drugged into a surface somnolence, she could walk away from us now as though nothing had happened on that fateful night. But of course we cannot allow that to happen. No, not until enough of the serum has been made and tested. Oh, she's a lucky young woman, Groton. We have desperate need of her blood. She has survived decapitation and is manufacturing the right type of vital fluid for us. We are not butchers, Groton. We don't have this young lady here to merely drain her body and cast her aside. No. We are scientists, and we must have others to experiment with. You understand that, Groton? And you also understand what must happen to you once again. Now, Groton, on with the work we must continue tonight. I have my tools, Groton. You have yours. Don't wander away from the pier. We all wait for you, Groton. Walk silent and walk well.
Dr. DeRay, I presume. I hope your busy schedule will allow me a brief visit with you.
What do you want? It's late. And my exhibit is closed, and how did you get in here anyway?
Oh, that is unimportant, Doctor. You see, I know your secret. There are ways that we can help each other.
All right. Come into the light and we'll talk.
Surroundings. That sounds like peculiar conversation for a man who's the last living member of the family of Frankenstein. Is it not, Dr. DeRay? Or should I say Frankenstein?
I am too old and too sick to be interested or surprised by anything. But when a man comes into my house and casts no reflection on my mirror, and upon his hand wears the unholy crest of Dracula, there is no scientific answer to anything. Now what is on your mind, Count Dracula?
Dr. Frankenstein, I know you were raised by the DeRay family. Before your crippling accident, were discredited by members of the medical institute because of your real family's background. Cut short a rather brilliant career, but your mind and surgeon skill were meant to fulfill the Frankenstein dream and to infuse life into that artificially created man, the likes of which civilization will never forget. Cannot escape your destiny, just as I cannot escape mine.
What you say is very true. Very true. If only I had a way to get the power I should have, I'd show those fools out there who think of me only as a carnival freak. And
get your revenge on Doctors Beaumont, Stedman, and Markey, who ruined your career and caused the accidental fire which crippled you as you are now.
Yes. Yes, it's all clear now. They were the ones. But what does this mean to you?
I have in my possession the remains of the original Frankenstein monster, put to rest in Oakmore Cemetery by one of a group of scientists whose experiments with the monster were cut short by an epidemic which plagued this area many, many years ago. The only remaining scientist had secretly buried the monster, hoping to resume his experiments at a later date. He also was the man who discredited you for fear that you had knowledge of his work with the monster, Dr. Beaumont.
Beaumont. When Groton returns, he will be...
Relax, Doctor. I will give you orders and you will follow them.
You don't frighten me. I live beyond fear.
I think you will find that working with me will be a more intelligent decision, Doctor. We cannot wait. I will help you now. We must prepare your laboratory for him.
The monster.
Yes, and all those who would meddle in the destinies of Frankenstein and Dracula will see an infernal bloodbath the likes of which has not swept the earth before.
Laura, you're gonna have to learn to relax.
I am relaxed. I wish you wouldn't keep saying that.
Ooh, I love to have you in my arms like this. I like to think of you as belonging to me. Oh, come on, will ya? The second time you've done that tonight.
I hear it again. Like a huge dog prowling the beach.
Well, he's probably looking for his mate, and I found mine.
Bob, I don't want to stay here any longer.
All right. All right. The first thing you said when I picked you up tonight is you were tired of being in a crowd, right? You wanted to go someplace quiet and alone. So, I blow $1 on gas, we come all the way out here. You know what's the matter with you, don't you? It's that damned imagination of yours. Hey, wait a minute. I hear it now, too.
Oh, don't listen to it. Let's get out of here.
Have you seen this girl?
What?
Have you seen this girl? She's a friend of mine.
No, not that I remember. What do you have?
Do you know anyone named Rico?
Yeah.
Just bring me some coffee.
Rico, talk to me. Some broad over there. She's asking questions about you.
Which one?
Over at the table.
Oh, yeah. What's she want?
She's looking for some broad.
Here, give her these.
What's going on here? Oh my God! I asked for the acid-free coffee, didn't I? Oh, that's gonna put those coffee houses right out of business downtown. You know, that reminds me of like a couple coffee houses we had downtown back in the early 70s, of course, you know. A lot of this resembles downtown in the 70s. Yes, Dracula versus Frankenstein here. We are having an experience. Even the music even sounds sort of like a cross between Jimi Hendrix and, Lenny Kravitz, neither of which would have met each other at this point in this movie in this time. But we've got Lon Chaney and J. Carrol Naish operating here. Pretty strange stuff. And how about that Dracula? Did one of the Brothers Six go astray and make this movie? It's hard to say here on Crimson Theater, but there you have it. Dracula versus Frankenstein. Freaked out, trippy scene because Russ Tamblyn, also known from War of the Gargantua, slipped poor Regina Carroll here a Mickey. The blonde bombshell, of course, I'm talking about in tonight's horrifying melodrama. Of course, Al Adamson, her husband, by the way, the director of this film, was murdered. And we don't know if it was because he made this movie or not, but depending on who you ask, they might say yes, you know. But I personally find this one to be, it's one of my favorites. I don't know. I'm just going to keep getting stranger and more interesting here. As, we're going to run into Forrest J. Ackerman, I think, in a little bit. Or did we pass that part already? I was having a very in-depth conversation back there behind the control room. Right. Anyway, ghoulies, you get right back into it. That's right. Dracula versus Frankenstein. Were they smoking in that cafe? That's a no-no. Got to stop that. That's right. Roll it.
Well, something is on your mind. Please don't waste my time. Say the word, baby, and I'll be gone. Oh, say the word, baby, and I'll be gone. Well, I said, say the word. Come on and say the word. Well, say the word. Come on, baby, say the word.
Dr. Frankenstein, your scientific skill has not failed us. We will make the monster walk. He was born with the electrical fury of the heavens when the Zorna comet passed over the earth. Tonight, 11:29, the comet returns, completing the monster's first life cycle. Soon he will be born again. We must work quickly. return.
Dr. Beaumont, tonight you shall meet an old friend.
Who are you?
Keep driving, I will tell you where.
Who are you?
I am known as the Count of Darkness, the Lord of the Manor of Carpathia. Turn here. Get out of the car, Dr. Beaumont. No friend of yours, eh, Doctor? See that Frankenstein and I have made some improvements.
You feeling better? Somebody thought you were a cop, slipped you a drug. You were in another world.
Who are you? Where am I?
My name's Mike Howard. This is my pad. Who are you?
I'm Judith.
No last name?
Did you want one?
No, not necessarily. Let me see if I can guess. I see the same turn in the nose, the full upper lip.
You know Joni.
I knew Joni. I don't know where she is now.
You know, no one here will talk about anyone.
It's a kind of self-preservation. Between urban renewal and the county welfare department, we get bombarded with questions and relays. Your ears get curled on the inside.
What do you mean you knew Joni?
What I mean is, in this part of town, everyone knows everyone in one way or another.
How did I get here?
Come on, I won't hurt you. They brought you here. That's Samantha. She goes with that goofy-looking kid over there. He's strange. That's his name. Also classification.
You sound rather cynical.
Not a bit. It's just an observation. That's my bag. I make observations for later replay. Like the football game on TV.
Hey, Mike! We found the guy chopped up down at Rocky Point. He was all in bloody and bits and pieces.
What are you talking about?
We never found his girlfriend, though. Guy can't make out in peace anymore. Man, it's a real bummer.
It's not usually this gory on the premises. Maybe we better go inside.
No, wait. Just a little bit more fresh air.
Okay, come on. Like I told you, she didn't say much. We saw her on the beach about 6 months ago.
That's just about the time she left home.
This section of the beach draws a lot of weary, conscious people. They can take those deep breaths they've been dreaming about. Joni was up by the amusement park. That was the big attraction.
The big attraction?
She used to have fantasies about being a freak.
A freak? Oh, I can't believe that.
2 heads, an eye missing, an elongated spine, anything that was grotesque, it turned her on. Well, that's not the whole story. The idea was to turn into something beautiful by using some magical formula. That's why she used to hang around that creature emporium.
What in the world is a creature emporium?
A leftover from the sidewalk carnival days, run by a Dr. Duray. At least that's the name he uses.
You mean this place is a house of freaks?
Oh, everything's phony. It's strictly for the tourists. On the other hand, I suppose it all depends on what you're really looking for. Joni was looking for her own special fantasy.
This just doesn't sound like Joni.
So we greet the world of Dr. Duray.
Nothing but a cheap sideshow.
I told you, it's strictly for the tourists.
Mike, I don't want to go in there. There's nothing more I can find out about Joni in a place like that.
Rule number 1 about observation collecting. Never take a situation at face value. What you see is not what really is.
Better get out his pipe and slippers, Sam. Showing his age again.
You two better be careful. The doctor may be casting today.
Don't you let him touch me, Mike.
What about me?
You know how to go invisible.
Only from the waist down.
Wonder where that little scary guy is that takes the tickets.
Maybe he's out to lunch.
Yeah, I can just imagine what he's eating.
Welcome to the Creature Emporium. My name is Dr. Duray, and I am the creator of all you are about to witness.
It's like listening to dial-up prayer on the telephone.
Please follow my voice to the